This is a CBS News special report, The Death of Pope Francis. I'm Gayle King with Tony Dokoupil and Nate Burleson here in New York. We want to get right to the news from Rome, where the bells have tolled 88 times to commemorate that. Pope Francis died this morning, we're sorry to say, and he was 88 years old.
And we had just seen Pope Francis yesterday visiting crowds in St. Peter's Square on Easter Sunday. And this evening, Vatican officials will preside over a death ritual, the death ritual, and the placement of the Pope's body in his casket. In a moment, we're going to speak with Norah O'Donnell, who had a historic interview with the Pope last year, the first wide-ranging interview with an American broadcast journalist. That was she. But first, Chris Livesay is with us from Rome. He's on the ground there. Chris, good morning. What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Good morning, Tony. Well, as you mentioned, those bells were tolling for the death of Pope Francis. Now, St. Peter's Square is just filled with a deafening silence as faithful flock here by the hundreds, perhaps thousands, to mourn the passing of Pope Francis. It is in stark contrast to the scenes of joy that we witnessed here just yesterday for what turned out to be the final appearance of Pope Francis on Easter. Less than 24 hours ago, it was Pope Francis making a comeback.
Cari fratelli.
Dear brothers and sisters, happy Easter, he said. Notably absent were any oxygen tubes, as he rode in the popemobile a mere 3 weeks after he was discharged from a 5-week hospital stay for life-threatening double pneumonia. Earlier Sunday, Francis very briefly met with Vice President J.D. Vance, a vocal Catholic.
So good to see you.
Vance's strict views on border security had clashed with Pope Francis, the world's most vocal champion of migrants.
I know you've not been feeling great, but it's good to see you in better health.
It will go down in history as one of the Pope's last meetings. The Pope, struggling to speak for long periods, used an aide to deliver one of his final messages, a condemnation of policies that stir up contempt for the vulnerable, the marginalized, and the migrants. For Pope Francis, it was the latest in a string of surprise appearances. An 88-year-old who was still under strict doctor's orders to rest and avoid large crowds. Instead, here he was on Palm Sunday, surrounded by 20,000 people. And again on Holy Thursday, visiting a prison. It was a drum roll leading up to Easter Sunday, an appearance too holy to miss that turned out to be his last. Just last night, Tony, I was having dinner with a close aide of Pope Francis, and when I asked him his reaction to all these surprise appearances of Pope Francis, given his frail condition, he told me Pope Francis wants to die on the battlefield.
It's a remarkable thing, Chris. You know, it's not shocking, the news today, because he had been so ill, but it is shocking in the sense that we saw him just yesterday. Many newspapers have his picture on the front today. Also, the timing is interesting, this time of renewal for Christians, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. It's a pivotal moment as we see these final pictures of the Pope. What happens now, Chris?
This is incredibly profound timing indeed, Tony. So next, about 8 o'clock local time, his body will be placed in a coffin. He's then going to lie in state for about 4 to 6 days, at which point he will be buried. There's a 9-day period of mourning, which has just begun. And then, of course, there is the conclave, when cardinals from all around the world descend on Rome to elect the next pope. That is going to happen in the next 15 to 20 days, Tony.
Chris, thank you.